Okay, so hi. We're going to have a little lesson on how to put a topper together this evening. So first thing you always need is someone to go sailing. One willing volunteer, please. Ah, there's one. Right, so hi Oliver.
Hiya.
Hiya. You want to go sailing?
Yes.
Lovely day for it. Let's. What boat are you going to take?
I'm going to take a topper here.
So when you get down the beach and you decide you're given a topper, best to grab the one that's nearest the sea first of all, so we work along the line. And the first thing you need to do is get the cover off. Now the cover's held on by some little straps underneath with some little clips. So there's a couple of those, unclip them. And then from the back of the boat, you need to just unhook that bit as well if it's hooked up. From the back of the boat, you fold your cover backwards. Okay, try and keep it nice and neat and tidy. This will also make it much easier to put the cover on a bit later on. So leave the cover at the front of your boat, not behind it where everyone's going to walk on it. And under the cover, just check, have a look, see you've got the right bits in here. You should have a tiller and rudder, your dagger board, and the boom. The boom won't quite look like this. The main chute will actually be attached normally, but this one has just been tidied up. All we need now, I think, is sail. So we just need to check what boat we've got. This is boat number 6, written on the back. So we go to the sail tubes, and you want the bottom 6 tubes are all for toppers. The top ones are for a different boat. Look down, there's a little label. There we go, sail or mast number 6. Grab that, and as you put it backwards, just make sure no one's walking around the corner. Otherwise, you're going to knock them in the nose. Now, we saw kind of last week how this goes together. You might need a bit of help if you're a little bit shorter, but you just drop the foot of the sail mast into the boat. You're going to lever it up in a second, so you need to make sure these bits of string are just out of the way. Now, you'll see how this works. As you pull the blue string, that clamp goes round. So bring the mast up, all the way up, and make sure that black collar is underneath. Make sure it's all clear, and then you just pull. And final bit, it's just a safety thing, is the little toggle goes in that hole. Don't stick it in too hard, otherwise they're a devil to get back out again. Quick check round for bits and bobs. Yeah, it all looks good. There's a kicker there. I think that's about it. So we're not going to unravel the sail at this stage, but we're going to make one last check on something, and that's called the bung. Now, don't worry, the boats don't sink if they fill up with water, but this just keeps the water out, and if there is a leak in the boat, in the hull, we can drain the water out. Make sure there's a bung there. Do it up nice and firmly. We're going to move the boat down the beach, and one of the things that does happen is the boom quite often falls off. So Oliver's just clipped it on there. So, make sure you have your rudder and dagger board, should be already in there, the boom with the main sheet, or the bit of rope, whatever you like to call it, and your mast and sail from the tubes, and a bung in the back of the boat. So we're going to move the boat down the beach, and it's time to start putting it together. And the first thing you need to know is where's that wind coming from. So look at the flag. It's pretty windy this day. You can see the seagulls flying past, and there's plenty of white water out on the sea. Oliver's hair's blowing, so the wind is definitely blowing in that direction. It's nice and easy. So you turn the boat so it's pointing towards the wind. Doesn't matter where the sea is, point the boat towards the wind. That's as much as you do for now. So you're down the beach, and you've pointed the boat towards the wind once you've worked out where the wind's blowing from, and we call it head to wind, and stop there and go and get changed. Oliver, get changed. There we go, no wetsuit today, just a buoyancy aid. Well done, Oliver. So, ready to start putting the boat together. Let's just check this. You see that hoop on the front of the boom? Make sure that's all clear. And that clamps onto the mast just above that collar. It doesn't just slide on, you have to just push it on just a little bit. It'll go clonk. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. Now, on that boom, there's a main sheet that we're already in a bit of a mess with. So we're just going to have a little bit of a sort out of that. Make sure it's all not all knotted up or anything like that, and it's running free. You can see it's already attached to the back of the boat on the horse, that little bit of string that runs across the back. And that red main sheet goes all the way to the front of the boom, down and onto that block, which is where you put it in. So just make sure it's all unravelled and the boom is up the right way. Another classic mistake. Once you've tidied it all up, dump it in a mess in the bottom of the boat and we'll sort that lot out later. Now, time to start unravelling the sail. The sail's held down with the kicker, which is that yellow rope in this case, through a little hole in the sail. They usually got a metal ring on them. This is a very, very old sail. So we need to release that, so you just yank down on it. You see it's in a bunch of teeth. Yep. And once we've done that, we can unhook the sail. Just drop that kicker down for now. Now we're going to unravel the sail. To start with, it's fine. Couple of turns, but in a minute you'll see it's pretty windy today. And, oh, there we go. So if you let go of the sail every time, you can see the way Oliver's doing this. He's working from a little way on the sail on the bottom to get to the end. And even while he's pulling it round, it's filling with wind and the boat's rocking all over the place. Believe you me, it was windy this day. So just keep unravelling it. Not undone yet, is it? So further and further. Now be aware of this corner that Oliver's just got hold of. As you let go of it, make sure there's no one standing there, because that metal eye that's normally on it will give someone a fairly hefty thwack round the ear if they get caught by it. Looks like we're all the way undone. Perfect. Okay. I think we need to attach the end of the sail to the boom. He's just decided the boat's not quite into wind. That's better, because the sail's right down the middle of the boat now. So that's a good wind indicator as well. Just find a little hook on the end of the sail that he wants to attach to it. So there's two hooks on the end of a boom. One's on a metal ring. It just slides along. And he's going to slide forward so he can grab that sail. There we go. And gradually work towards it. Now don't fight the sail. If the sail wants to go off to the left, move everything to the left. Okay, we don't want a great big bag of wind sitting there. And there we go. Put that hook through that sail. Now the boom's attached to the sail. If he lets go of it, he's going to whack around like mad. Can you see that? So just be aware. So stand to the side of the boat. Grab the second hook and put it through the loop in the sail. And that's called an outhaul. It pulls the sail out. It runs along to the end of the boom, back underneath it. You can just see it running along, and it attaches at the front in a set of clamps again. A cleat, we tend to call them. Now the boom's flying up in the air, so do you remember what the kicker does? The yellow rope, it attaches to that ring on the boom. And we've put it on, not too tight, but fairly firm. It's on a little ratchet system. And that stops the boom from flying up in the air now. It looks a lot happier. Now, as you can see, that boom is flying around. Don't grab it like that, okay? Just let it fly, okay? If you grab it like that and the sail fills with wind, the boat will fall over and it could hurt somebody else. If you're working at the back of the boat, and you'll need to in a minute, stay down low, okay? As long as you keep low, that boom will not hurt you, okay? So keep down low. We need to attach the rudder. So into the boat. I'm sure it was in there earlier on. There we go. Now there's a metal plate on the rudder. You can see that metal plate. There we go. Okay. Flip it up and hook the rudder over it. That'll keep your fingers from being chopped. Oh right, we're playing in a musical instrument now. Fine, Oliver, thanks. Now this needs to go. This is very, very important. It goes underneath this rope. Yep. So underneath the rope. And that metal bracket has got a prong on the top and a hole on the bottom, and it's the same on the boat, same bracket, and it just clips in. Might be a little bit stiff, so get them lined up and wiggle it down, and you should hear a click. That plate just there clips on and stops it falling off. Okay, that's quite important. So again, keep him right out the way. Check your rudder. That's it. Check that the tiller extension is moving all round and free and not tied up with the main sheet. Looks pretty good, Oliver. Last bit before we really think about getting in the water. Last couple of checks, and we're going to attach the dagger board. Now the dagger board's got a bit of bungee or elasticated rope with a hook on it. All we do is we lay the dagger board close to the mast. We take the elasticated rope round the mast and hook it onto itself. There we go. That means that if the dagger board, and that bit of the boat does not float by the way, if the dagger board does fall overboard, it's going to stay attached to the boat. I wonder how many dagger boards are out there off Bexhill Beach over the years. Nearly ready to go, so we don't want to take our trolley sailing with us, although that has been done in the past. But we need to unattach the boat from the trolley. Now this bit you might need a bit of help. We're going to take the boat off the trolley. So just before you launch, you need to attach the boom and main sheet, make sure it's all running free. Attach the sail to the boom and attach the kicker. Clip on the rudder and attach the dagger board. Might need a bit of help getting the boat off the trolley, but when it is off the trolley, we're now going to turn it like that towards the sea. Now at the moment, obviously, we're not quite down the beach, but this is what you'd do. So you get your dagger board and you put it into the slot. There we go. Okay. Once that's in there, okay, that's not going anywhere, but as soon as you do actually properly launch and go onto the water, you need to push that down quite quickly. Make sure your main sheet is all running free. Get hold of your tiller, and now we're going to pull the main sheet in. Yep, and can you see the way Oliver's pulling that in? It's pull and grip with your tiller hand, but the tiller is staying in a straight line, okay? That's quite an important technique. We don't want to turn the boat round. The sail's now full of wind, and he's off. Well, he would be if he was going sailing. Just need to show you how to put the rudder down. So you lift the tiller up, and you push it backwards. The rudder will go down, and then you drop the tiller on. I think so. Yep. So with dagger boards in, we're going to hop in the boat, lower the rudder, put in the sail, and go. One last bit. After sailing, we have to de-rig the boats, and this is the most important bit, because this is where Malcolm gets grumpy at the end of the evening if you haven't put your boats away. So watch this very carefully. Look at that. Perfect. Thanks, Oliver. See you later.
Okay, so thanks Malcolm for that. Now the final points to remember when rigging and going sailing are to make sure that everything is attached to your boat, so all of the different components are all attached. Always wear a buoyancy aid when sailing, and the instructors, senior instructors and assistant instructors are here, especially during cadet sessions, for help if you need it. Just ask. Most importantly, have fun. Thanks for watching.